Honestly, I don't want to sound philosophical, or at the risk of sounding philosophical, I think it's just be better than you were yesterday at something, anything. Like it could be maybe you learned something new about your work, or you lifted heavier weights than the day before. Every day was
Wow.
different, and every day came with its own problems. You have all these events to plan, and you have all these things to do, all these initiatives. I campaigned on, like, I would say 6, 7 core items. Well, thankfully, I wasn't like APC. I achieved everything. And in my mind, it was like I knew what I wanted, and I knew all the things that I was doing, and I just kept on taking more responsibilities. For me, it was like I was gonna soak in the entire school experience.
Good day, everyone, and welcome to another impactful episode of the Communicators Connect, your favorite hub for transformative conversations and real life learning. I am your host, Aliyah, and joining me is my ever brilliant co-host.
Hi, Aliyah.
Hi.
Okay, my name is Nwankwo Esther, and I'm super excited to be here. Hope you're excited to be here
I
too.
am excited.
I know what? I really can't wait to get every single detail in this podcast.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be a very eye-opening one. Today's episode is particularly special. Why? Because we are launching a brand new series titled The Growth Series. And this is a conversation space whereby it will help students navigate their academic journeys, harness digital opportunities, and thrive beyond the classroom. And to kick it off, we have someone here with us whose name echoes excellence in the hallways of our department. He is a branding and marketing expert with over 5 years of experience, a former departmental president, and has a power creative who once wore multiple hats, yet was able to manage them all. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our very own guest, Hassan Oluwatobi.
Hi guys, it's
Hi, Hassan.
hello guys, and
Hi.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm all right. It's happy to be here. With you guys. Talk
Thank
about
you.
things, see how things will go.
Can you briefly introduce yourself?
Well, my name's Hassan. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's all you have to say.
Right. Hmm.
Okay. To break the ice, Hassan, how was school during your undergraduate days? Was it what you expected?
Mm. Well, interesting question. How was school? It's a question I hope I never answer again. I think school for me was many things, right? I mean, obviously, when you get admission into University of Lagos, the supposed best school in the country, you have expectations. You're like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. I would say I had expectations myself. I thought there were certain things I wanted to do as a student. Certain things I wanted to achieve. Uh, I think I mostly did them.
Wow.
But obviously, there were some disappointments as well. It's like, oh, you come into school, you find out. For instance, with Nollywood, you're like, oh, maybe some cultist is gonna tell me I'm with his girlfriend. Then you get into school and you find out there's not like that. It's like, what's happening? I mean, maybe it's happening elsewhere, but I don't know. And but on a more serious note, academically, I would say I enjoyed being there. It was a double-edged sword, sort of. One day you're happy to be here, the next day you're like, God, when does this end? And I imagine that pretty much sums up my school experience.
Okay. Okay, talking about the double activities, you wore several caps during your undergraduate days,
Hmm.
branding, graphics, and also
Yeah.
being the president of the Department of Mass Communication, now a faculty. Hey, so how did
Happy
you
for you guys.
so how did you balance this role without burning out? Like how did
Mm,
you?
well, I was always burnt out. I mean, not evidently, at least not to most people, but I think I was tired a lot. And I don't really believe in not burning out. right? I'm not the kind of guy that's going to talk about work-life balance. It's not like if you want to do anything great, you're not gonna, do a bit, go to sleep, do a bit, go to sleep. It doesn't work like that.
Sure.
There are moments where you work in a sprint, right? Everybody likes to say life's a marathon, yes, but I think it's a, marathon of sprints. You do a little, you pause, you do a little, you pause. You just keep doing uh high ticket stuff and you keep going. And in my mind, it was like I knew what I wanted and I knew all the things that I was doing. And I just kept on taking more responsibilities. For me, it was like I was going to soak in the entire school experience while at the same time build a name sort of for myself professionally. And that's what I did. I never paused to think about I wanted to rest or balance things.
So, what does growth mean to you personally?
Mm, growth. Well, honestly, I don't want to sound philosophical. Or at the risk of sounding philosophical, I think it's just, be better than you were yesterday at something, anything. Like, it could be maybe you learned something new about your work, or you lifted heavier weights than the day before, or, you learned how to pronounce something better. It could be anything, just getting better. But I would say I don't really see growth in terms of the results. I see it in terms of the process. It's like, oh, for instance, you pull out a book to read, a useful book. That's growth because now you will learn something from the book that you didn't know the day before.
Yeah.
So even if you only read 20 pages, in a way you've grown. And if you do that over like 20 days, 30 days, things are really going to change. Now imagine doing that over 5 years.
That's great. So, growth definitely means being better than you were.
Yes.
Okay. So, a lot of MCSs have said positive things about you. Like my ears are already full. My ears are full already. Like Azan. So, a student said, you have a great managerial skill. Like you manage, like the fact that you were able to manage over hundreds of students, and like you said, you work, you rest, you take your work, you work, you rest, you work, you rest. So, how were you able to like balance this role, like to manage the student without like at some point didn't you get frustrated or discouraged at some point? So how were you able to like manage these students at that
Right.
time?
Uh, I think when you get into leadership, any kind of leadership, student leadership, you start a company, you have employees, or even in church or mosque or whatever, just anywhere you're leading. What is expected of you, somewhat, is to be some kind of Superman, right? People don't want to see you as flawed as the regular guy. They don't want to see you get easily angry like the other guy down the road. They don't want to see you break under pressure, just for small things. The point is, you wanted to be a leader, so you gotta, just do the job. And in my mind, it was like there was work to be done, right? There was no time to really pause and say, I'm sad, I'm frustrated, all that stuff. It's like, you just go in there and do what needs to be done. Uh, on some days, obviously, you have experiences that make you feel maybe downcast or sad about things. Like, oh wow, I do so much, and things are still like this, right? You have those experiences. They're sad, but you're trying not to wallow in them, right? You go out the next day with a smile on your face, and you do what you have to do again. And on the part about the students, I think first I try to have you know a personal relationship with everyone as much as I could. I mean, it's impossible to do that with almost over 1,000 students, but I try to do that as well as I could, and I try to be on first name basis with everybody. So I almost knew everybody's names while I was there. And I remember, sometimes I meet people and they're like, "Oh, you were a mass president." I'm like, "Yo, what's your name?" And they told me, and I feel sad. It's like, "Oh, I didn't know your name. I'm so sorry." It's like, you're the one that got away because I mostly knew everybody.
Okay, one thing about mass communication career is it's kind of wide. I mean, there's different fields. And you being a marketing and branding expert with 5 years of experience, did you discover how
More than 5 years, actually.
Wow. More than 5 years.
I have been locked in the entire time.
So how were you able to discover your niche, or does it come naturally to you?
No, it comes with hunger. It comes with a serious hunger. Poverty. It's like, the days where you're really broke and you're like, damn, I gotta do something with my life. It's like, and I think it comes at different times for different people. For some people, it comes when you're 30 years old and maybe you've lost some jobs. Maybe you have a kid, you can't pay fees. For some people, it comes at 40. Some people, it comes at 60 when you're about to die. Some people, it comes early. For me, it came at maybe 14, 15. It's like, damn, I have to do something with my life. And so I just, I just locked in, did a lot of self-teaching, made a lot of sacrifices. And not the Kanayo type, please. But yeah, for me, it was, I don't want to sound too inspirational, but yeah, just, you make that decision, you look at your situation, and you tell yourself, this is what I want from life, right? What do I do to get there? So you just start on that journey.
At this point, I think I need to be asking myself these questions. I need to be.
I don't want to stay broke.
I don't want to be broke.
I don't want to be broke.
Okay.
I mean, I'm still broke anyway.
Azan, no, you're not.
What do you want to say?
What do you want us to say, Azan? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I asked the student a question, and the girl was like, "Oh, Azan was so humble. So at some point, was your humility downplayed or taken for levity? Students now, like they abuse it. Yeah, they try to take advantage. So at some point, due to your humility, was it taken for granted at some point?
I don't know. It's like I wasn't paying attention. I wouldn't know if it was because I don't see myself as humble. I don't know. Maybe I would say relatable. In my mind, there were people that be like, "Oh, your president can be posting all these things." I'm like, "What? I can't be posting memes?" The richest man in the world posts memes. Why can't I post memes? And it's like, I don't know. I try to be relatable. I don't, it's leadership. It's not. You're not better than the next guy. It's only for 1 year. It's like.
Okay. So what was the most defining moment for you as the departmental president, and how did it change your perspective of life and leadership?
Every day was a defining moment. Every day came with its own problems. You have all these events to plan, you have all these things to do, all these initiatives. I campaigned on I would say 6, 7 core items. Well, thankfully, I wasn't like APC. I achieved everything. And on the journey towards that, it's like you're waking up every day, calling your team members. You're like, "Oh, let's do this. I think this moves us forward in this direction." So you're constantly learning because for everything you try to do, there's equal problems. Yeah. There's challenges you gotta face. Sometimes with the lecturers, sometimes with the departmental leadership. Beyond the student leadership, sometimes with the students themselves, sometimes with sponsors. The challenges were new every day. At some point, I just got used to everything. Nothing surprised me anymore. So when something happened and everybody was crashing out, I'm like, yeah, we good again.
Yeah. Okay. Looking back, as to when you first entered mass communication department. What could you say was your personality then, and at some point did you refine the personality? Maybe you got to shaping the personality. So
well, I would say first of all I was a nuisance on the group chat.
Okay, usually cause trouble on group chats.
I don't know if I would say I caused trouble, but I was somewhat nitpicky. If I could go back, maybe I'd change that. It's like, a lot of people being real stupid on the group chat. Sorry. And saying all these silly things, and I like to call them out. It's like, come on, guys. And I think for me it was surprising. It's like I thought this would be better, and now I'm seeing this you know, high school antics and stuff. So I would say at first that's what I was, but I was very calm and collected in real life. It's like in person, I just had a bunch of friends. We used to stay at the back of the class. That's we'll come late to classes, maybe sometimes not attend classes, and I didn't really become vocal until say 200 level, when I got involved in campaigning for my friends and other classmates that were vying for different positions at the time. So yeah, that's how it was. As to whether I refined my personality, honestly, I don't know. It's like things just happened.
Okay, was there a time you felt like giving up or you were doubting your abilities, and how did you push through all of this?
Doubting my abilities? Nah, that never happened.
Well, sometimes
Like
people
you
feel
never
like when you
doubted.
feel very pressured and you know.
I don't. I never really doubt my abilities. What I doubt is my process and my result. It's like I'm not gonna say, "Oh, you're not good enough." What I'm gonna say is, "Okay, this thing you've done is not good enough, so you're gonna do better or do it again." And that's like with stuff. Or maybe I see my process and I'm like, "Wow, this process is not good enough. Probably you need to refine this." But I think you got to be confident in yourself before anyone else can trust you or be confident in you.
Yeah. Okay, so what was one misconception students had about you as a leader? As leaders, people definitely like. I don't think everybody should like you as a leader.
Yeah.
So, what was one misconception they had about you, and how were you able to deal with it?
I don't know. I never, I never, I never bothered myself with things like that. I think I don't know if I were to think about it. I would say I don't know. It's hard to say. If you know something, you can tell me. Maybe I will address it. But I can't really say that this is how people saw me that was wrong. I mean, individuals, yes. Like there were a few individuals that I had, disagreements with from time to time, and obviously they probably have their feelings towards me. I don't know. But at large, everybody,
Yeah,
there's
the
no way
love.
to know for sure what everybody thought that was wrong about me.
Okay.
Okay. Love is a beautiful thing, yeah. And you were a lover boy. That you said.
Is that
I
what they
mean,
say?
that's what they say,
That's
honestly.
what we heard.
Okay.
What is your debate on the idea that relationship affects academics? Are you support it? Do you support that or you're against
We
it?
should focus on
Nah,
our studies
Yeah.
squarely.
I say it anywhere. I don't think relationships affect studies. I don't think so. My view on relationships is, as a student, it's probably the best time. It's like
Experiences.
this is. I mean, if you're trying to maybe in future you want to settle down, have a family, have a wife or husband. I think school is a great place. It's not. I'm not gonna say it's the best place, but I think it's a great place to find. Where else are you gonna find all these thousands of people
If not,
that have like similar values and ideas as you? And where are you gonna have this opportunity to meet all these people? Right? It's a great place. I mean, outside of school, yes, people do find partners that are in alignment with their values and beliefs. But I think school is also a great place. There is the argument, of course, that when you're a student, you maybe don't know what you want. I don't know. I think people should know what they want.
Yes, maybe just go with the flow and be like, whatever happens.
Right? There
you should just
is
have a spec, like what you want.
no, even the idea of spec, I'm not sure that it works. It's like everybody says they have specs, but somewhere down the line, when you really sit down and you think all the people that you have been maybe attracted to at some point, or maybe had a crush on, or maybe had a relationship with, you find out that they're all very different people, and you're like, oh, I don't have a spec.
Okay. Okay, so if you were to go back to year one, what would you have done differently? Maybe you did not do that thing then. So what would you have changed if you were to go
Right?
back to year 1?
I would have attended less classes.
Less classes.
Right? Yes, I would have. Guys, please don't try this at home. I gotta put that disclaimer. Don't try this at home.
Wow.
But yes, I would have attended less classes. Uh, and that's not saying I didn't attend very few classes anyway. It's just, yeah, I would have. I hope the lecturers will see this, right? Anyway, progressively, I attended less and less classes. But year one, I would say I maybe made 50-60% attendance in year one. Yeah, honestly, it could have been low. It should have been lower.
So why did you say you want
It's very personal. It's very personal. I would say most of my success, what I can call it, is maybe not success. Some people may not see it as success, but most of what I did academically was not based on what was taught in class. It's like the stuff I have to learn on my own or read on my own. And then I started to realize, I got all the way 300, 400. I'm like, I'm not even attending any classes anymore. And I just got to read the notes or the textbooks, and I still do great. And obviously, to be frank, I think that in a way I was doing the lecturer as a service. It's like, the lecturers have to come and do this huge class. And everybody's like, oh, I was one less problem to deal with. And
Wow.
because I wasn't there, because if I was there, I would not have been paying attention anyway.
Okay.
So I was one less problem to deal with. So in case a lecturer is seeing this, you see, I tried for you.
Okay, so do you have any more questions?
No, I don't.
One last thing to
Mhm.
anyone listening right now.
Right. One last note. I think I say this to everyone every time. Yeah, just go and do things. Most people are waiting for permission. You're waiting for someone to tell you what to do. Maybe a teacher or a lecturer to say, "Oh, go do this assignment, go do that stuff." But honestly, you can just start doing anything. I mean, obviously, you can just go out and fly, but yeah, just do things within reason. If you want to start something, get started. There's no reason to stop doing it. Look, I was 16, 15, what? And I was just, taking all the money I had, all the money I was saving, and just taking it to cafes, just to go learn stuff. Well, cyber cafes at the time, we didn't have personal computers. And it was probably what, you know, built the trajectory of what I went into to do. So, just do things. If you feel like something is cool, start doing it.
Now we're diving into the second section of the question. So Hassan, leadership or influence?
Leadership or influence. Is this assuming that if I were a leader, I would not have influence?
Maybe.
I don't know. I would say influence.
Influence, why?
I mean, I like to be able to do things the way I want to do them. Imagine being a leader and just being a figurehead, not being able to really do anything. It's much better to be influential. If you're influential, you may not even need to be a leader to make things happen.
That's a point.
So stability or risk taking?
Always risk taking. I'm always risk taking.
Do it hard. Do it afraid.
Stable is maybe what you do when you've gotten the things you want. If you've not gotten the things you want, you have to constantly be taking risks.
Yeah.
Okay, so reading a book or watching a documentary?
And I don't watch documentaries. I hate documentaries. It's a waste of my time. It's like I could literally just read the news articles about what happened. I don't have to watch an entire 60 minutes documentary about the same story I could read an article about.
Okay, so plan everything or go with the flow?
Well, interesting question, but 50-50. Some days, you plan everything. Some days you just go with the flow. See where it takes you.
So certificate or soft skill?
Yeah. a bit of both again. It's like, depending on what career you want to have, I guess you need certificates. But it's also super important as you grow to get these soft skills. Because maybe the certificate will get you a feet in the door, but your soft skills will keep you in there.
So jollof rice or spaghetti?
Jollof rice.
Pizza or shawarma?
Neither.
Okay.
A mentor or be mentored?
I would say mentor. It's a good experience to be able to directly back to others, teach them what you know. I mean, it's all right to be mentored as well, especially. I mean, everybody should be in a constant state of growth. It's like if you're in this position, there are people that can learn from you, use your experience, and there are people you can learn from, use their experience. So just shuttle between both states.
Okay, so campus life or post-school awesome?
Definitely post-school. Campus life, no. I don't want to do that again.
Wow. To be remembered for excellence or or kindness.
Excellence or kindness. I don't know. Maybe kindness. I mean, I do want to be remembered for excellence as well, but I think that excellence is more your thing. Kindness is more what you've done for or to the other person. So yeah, and memories like that can stay with people longer.
Okay, thank you so much. And that brings us to the end of the episode of the Communicators Connect. I'm sure you all that have learned a whole lot. It was an inspiring session, an educating one, a motivating one with our very own Mr. Hassan Oluwatobi.
And thank you very much, sir, for sharing your insightful ideas. Thank you very much. So to everyone listening, we hope today's conversation has sparked something in you, whether it's clarity, whether it's motivation, or a renewed sense of direction. And don't forget, this is just the beginning of the growth series. And we've got a lot of powerful stories and guests lined up just for you. So stay tuned, stay inspired, and stay connected.
Till next time, keep growing
And
keep
communicating.
communicating.